The NFL, with a wheel, decides what year their running back is from. Now, if you missed it, we already did this with the quarterback position. I'll leave a link to it in the description. But today we're going to move on to halfbacks. And as you can see, we have a wheel of Maddens, okay? And for every single team, we're going to spin this wheel, whichever one it lands on. We will go to maddenratings.weebly.com, click on the team, and look at the ratings for their running back. The highest overall running back is the one we're going to use for every single squad. So let's start it up, man. We begin with the Chicago Bears, and on the very first spin, they're not going too far back in the past. They're gonna land on Madden 20, and it's a guy who's actually returning to the league. Yes, Tariq, the human joystick Cohen. Huge fan of this guy. He was an 85 overall in Madden 20, and now he's gonna be the new starter in Chicago, hoping he has a nice comeback season in real life as well. Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going back way farther than the Bears did, okay? They're gonna land on Madden 02 when they had a 92 overall Corey Dillon leading the way. 6'1", 226. He could do it all, man. Huge boost to the Bengals offense. Now, Buffalo needed a little bit of help in the run game. Like, James Cook, solid, but imagine having an elite running back next to Josh Allen so he doesn't have to do it all on the ground. That's what's gonna happen. They land on Madden 18. My favorite player ever, LaShawn McCoy, 92 overall. Our next spin was for the Denver Broncos. They have a bevy of good running backs in the past, but they're not going to get Terrell Davis. I know that's who they probably wanted, but instead, Madden 05, Garrison Hurst, 82 overall. It could be worse. One team that probably did not want to do this experiment was the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they have an elite running back right now. Why change it up? Well, them's the rules, okay? They land on Madden 16 when they had Isaiah Crowell, 74 overall. And even though he's not the highest overall, I made sure that no matter what, these new RBs were not only starting at running back, but at power halfback and third down running back, no matter what. Now, I only did one running back per team. I'm gonna do this video for wide receivers next. Now, if you guys want multiple wide receivers instead of just one per team, I'm gonna need to see some likes, okay? 1,000 likes, and I'll make it happen. If not, we'll just do one wide receiver. It is what it is. Now, the next spin is actually gonna be a dad of a current wide receiver. Yes, I'm talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. They're going to end up landing on Madden 04 when they had Michael Pittman Sr., 81 overall at a running back. Arizona has some solid running backs as well, man. They're going to spin all the way back to the Madden 03 era when they had a Thomas Jones, 74 overall at RB1. So they may not have loved this idea, but one team that does, or should I say one player that does, is Justin Herbert. He's going to get a huge boost to his running back position. The Chargers land on Madden 07. LaDainian Tomlinson, 97 overall. New running back in Los Angeles. Now, the Chiefs have a pretty good running back, man. Clearly, he's good enough to help them win Super Bowls. Pacheco is a dog. But they're actually going to end up landing on Madden 21. And now, Daniel Williams is back on the squad. 83 overall. He will be the new starter. Now, in the quarterback video, spoiler alert, man, Indy landed on Peyton Manning. And it still did not help them make the playoffs. So maybe what they need is a change at running back, and they're gonna get it. Madden 11, Joseph Adai, 86 overall, their new halfback one. Now for this next team, Washington, I was looking at this guy's Pro Football Reference, and it was unbelievable. I was like, how is he not talked about more? One of the best running backs I've ever seen. They're gonna land on Madden 05. We're looking at 95 overall, Clinton Portis. I mean, just take a look at his Pro Football Reference. Just phenomenal. I mean, that start was crazy. Now for Dallas, they're not going that far back, man. They're going to end up landing on Madden 22. And they already have this guy on the team, Ezekiel Elliott, up to an 88 overall again. The only name in the video that I really did not know, never heard of before, because I guess I'm a casual, okay? The Miami Dolphins going to land on Madden 02 when they had a Lamar Smith, 79 overall. Next up, the Eagles, who have a rich history of running backs, man. One of the best positions in terms of talent. They're going to land on Madden 06 when they had an 89 overall Brian Westbrook at running back one. I know it's tough for Falcons fans to move on from Bijan, but that's what's going to happen, okay? They land on Madden 25 when they had the big boys. Steven Jax, 89 overall power back. Niners might not love this spin. Obviously, they don't, because they're losing Christian McCaffrey, 99 overall, man. they're gonna land on Madden 12 when they had the Iron Man, Frank Gore, 91 overall. The G-Men are gonna get a familiar face back on the squadron. They land on Madden 21 and they had 91 overall, Saquon Barkley. He's back on the squad. How can you not be a fan of this next guy, man? The Jaguars are gonna land on Madden 13 when they had MJD, 97 overall, representing for us short kings out there. Back-to-back 95 plus overall RBs joining their team. This time it's the New York Jets, and his Pro Football Reference might be even better than Portis's. Just consistent greatness almost every single year from Curtis Martin, who was the running back in Madden 06, 95 overall. Now the Detroit Lions unfortunately could not go all the way back to the 90s. Okay, the farthest back we went was 01, because that's what Madden ratings.weebly gives us. Okay, and they landed on Madden 13, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. They're going to end up with the Javid Best, 81 overall, sticking in the same division. The Green Bay Packers gonna end up landing on Madden 25 when they had another big guy, 251-pounder, Eddie Lacy, 76 overall. Bryce Young's definitely gonna love this spin. Okay, the Carolina Panthers gonna land on Madden 10 when they had 94 overall, D'Angelo Williams at running back. The Patriots gonna land on a Madden when they had a running back who had one of my favorite nicknames of all time. Okay, Madden 12, they had Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, 82 overall, the law firm. As for the Raiders, they're gonna end up going all the way back, the furthest you can go in this video. Madden 01, when they had Tyrone Wheatley, who was an 82 overall back then. The Rams had some good running backs as well, man. You got Gurley, Steven Jackson. I mean, the list goes on, but they're going back to the early 2000s. Specifically Madden 04, when they had a 97 overall Marshall Faulk, former MVP, joining that offense. Look out for the Rams. Ravens gonna take a little bit of a hit to the running back position. They had some studs in their history as well, but no more Derrick Henry. They're gonna land on Madden 16 when they had 87 overall, Justin Forsett at running back. The New Orleans Saints gonna bring back a familiar face as they land on Madden 18. They're bringing back Mark Ingram, 84 overall. But the most nostalgic or most iconic, spin of the video might have to be the Seahawks. Madden 25 is what they land on. Beast mode! Marshawn Lynch, 96 overall, back on the Seahawks. They just keep blessing us with great nicknames. I mean, the next spin, the Pittsburgh Steelers are gonna land on Madden 04 when they had Jerome the Bus Bettis, 84 overall. Texans also have a nice history at running back, man. A lot of teams do, now that I think about it, but they end up landing on Madden 20, okay? And they had Lamar Miller, 85 overall, very solid RB. Tennessee, unfortunately, is not gonna bring back Derrick Henry. They're going way further back, and it's not going to be CJ2K either. Okay, Lendale White from Madden 09 when he was an 84 overall. And last but certainly not least, the Minnesota Vikings going to bring back a former MVP in his prime, Adrian All-Day Peterson from Madden 09, and he was a 95 overall. Every team has switched up the running back just about. Okay, the Cowboys stay the same, but I think every other team changed up their starting running back, man. What's gonna happen in this experiment? I cannot wait to see the stats at the end of the video. Like I said, these running backs are gonna be getting every carry, every touch, unless they're tired, and then they'll come out the game. But stat line should be crazy. I'll be shocked if we don't have multiple 2,000-yard rushers. Lamar Smith and the Dolphins get the 1 seed in the AFC. Ravens with Forsett also go 13-4. Bengals with Corey Dillon, 12-5. Bills with Shady, 12-5. Chiefs with Damian Williams, same exact record. Jaguars with MJD go 11-6. And then the Broncos with Garrison Hurst get the last spot in the playoffs. The bus could not help Pittsburgh get in. Texans, Titans, Colts miss out, so they're struggling in this series. Jets, Chargers with LT go 6-11. Same as New York with Curtis Martin. The Raiders struggled. Same with the Browns and the Patriots. Cowboys go 14-3 with Zeke. Lions with Javid Best had the second best record. Packers with Eddie Lacy, 12-5. Philly with Westbrook, 11-6. 6. Saints with Ingram, 9 and 8. Same as the Rams with Marshall Faulk. Don't let that record fool you, man. They're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. And then the Bucks with Michael Pittman go 9 and 8. Seahawks will beast mode, finish under 500. Same with the Niners with Frank Gore. G-Men with Saquon. And yeah, the Falcons struggling. The Panthers with D'Angelo go 6 and 11. Bears with the human joystick go 6 and 11. All Day Peterson 5 and 12 with the Vikings. Cardinals struggled, and so did the Commanders with Clinton Portis. You know what we're here to look at, man. The running stats: 4.1 yards per carry for Tariq, 5.5 for Dylan, 1,400 yards. Shady less than 4 yards a carry. Hurst just over 4. Crowell, he struggled a lot in Cleveland. Pittman though, 4.1 yards a carry, solid. Thomas Jones 4 on the dot. LaDainian 1,300 yards, 5 per carry, 12 rushing touchdowns, 3 less than Damian Williams, man. What a season he had. Adai did pretty well in Indy. Portis 17 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, did all he could. Zeke, nasty season, probably the best one we've seen so far. 21 touchdowns, 1,700 yards. Lamar Smith second on the team in touchdowns. Reed Mostert just has a knack for getting in the end zone. Westbrook 1,100 yards rushing, 9 rushing touchdowns, second on the team, man. He also probably produced in the receiving game. Jackson though, nasty season, 1,457 yards. Frank Gore 1,800, go along with 11 rushing touchdowns. Saquon did his thing in New York. MJD 22 rushing touchdowns, might be the most in the entire league. Gonna have to check it, man. Curtis Martin, solid season. You knew he would cook. Javad Best, really good. Eddie Lacy did okay. D'Angelo, great yards per carry. Ben Jarvis, the law firm, just over 1,000 yards. Wheatley 3 yards shy of 1,000. Didn't have the best yards per carry, but Marshall Faulk did 6.1. They need to feed him more, man. He's a monster every time he touches it. For set, decent season, 1,400 yards. Ingram just over 1,000. Beast mode, 16 rushing touchdowns, 1,300 yards. The bust, 19 rushing touchdowns. Lamar Miller, 1,400 yards. Lendell White, over 1,000. Adrian All Day Peterson, 18 rushing touchdowns. Might be in the top 3. Let's take a look, man. Rushing yards, Frank Gore had the most. Zeke was second. Saquon, MJD, and Marshall Faulk round out the top 5. Who had the least out of any starter? Let's see. I think it was Crowell. Him and Wheatley, the only guys to get under 1,000 in this experiment out of our new running backs. MJD with the most rushing touchdowns. He was a monster, man. Ezekiel Elliott, Bettis, Peterson, and Portis in the top 5. Now, who had the least out of any of our starting running backs? Man, I think there was a guy with 6. Was it Javad Best? Did anyone have less than that? D'Angelo also had 6. Same with Garrison Hurst. And I think those were the least. Oh, Shady only had 5? Wow. I was expecting more from him. We're scrolling through the receiving, and we're looking at just running backs. LT, 43 for 457. D'Angelo, 38, 433. Miller, 6 receiving touchdowns. Adai had 2. Lamar Smith had 3. None for Damian. Faulk only had 3 somehow. Gore had 4. Portis with 2. Ingram with 2. Law Firm with 1. Dylan with 3. Zeke had 5 out the backfield. Westbrook only 2. He was elite at receiving, so I'm surprised Shady had 0. Same with Crowell, Martin. Beast Mode had 1, MJD with 2, for set none. Lacy had 2, Peterson, Barkley, Jackson. Okay, so no one really went crazy. Passing stats, Dak at the top. Yeah, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Stafford in the top 5. Caleb right there, one of the few running backs in the league to throw for 4,000 plus. Dak also had the most passing touchdowns. What a season by him, but look at that ratio. 36-1 by Burrow, 2 at 36-2. He was tied for what, the second, third most passing touchdowns in the league. CD, most receiving yards. Tyreek, Cooper, Curtis Samuel, and Smitty in the top 5. CD at the top in terms of receptions. And then DJ Chark, most receiving touchdowns. Keenan, Burton, Kupp, and Thielen behind him. Defense, Quincy Williams, most tackles, 26.5 sacks for Crosby. New NFL record, 21.5 for Parsons. Chandler Jones, Josh Allen, Nick Bosa right behind them. And then a bunch of guys with 5 INTs. MVP goes to Joe Burrow. No running backs in the top 10. I'm actually a little shocked. I thought there would be at least one, man. OPOY, MJD in the AFC. Miller in the top 10. The Bush also in the top 10. LT in there as well. DPOY, Crosby. NFC, Zeke wins OPOY. You had Frank Gore in the top 10 along with Faulk, Portis. DPOY goes to Parsons. Best QB Hurts. Best running back Zeke. MJD wins it in the AFC, man. So Lamar Smith's Dolphins and Zeke's Cowboys have the 1 seeds, but only one of them get to the conference championship. You have Miami Miami versus Forsett and the Ravens. And then Javid Best in Alliance against Marshall Faulk and the Rams. I told you, do not sleep on him. That was my pick to go this far. Okay, I didn't say it, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking that they beat the Packers in the wild card. Bengals beat the Jags. Eagles lost to the Saints, as usual. In the playoffs, man. Bills lose to the Chiefs. Lions destroy the Bucks, and then the Ravens barely beat the Broncos, and then they destroy the Chiefs. Meanwhile, the Lions beat the Saints. Cowboys lose a thriller to the Rams, and the Dolphins take care of the Bengals, and that gives us our final four. Dolphins with the football first. I'm not gonna lie, the one running back I didn't know in this video is in the final four. That's kind of embarrassing. To be fair, that was a time when I was starting to get into, watching NFL. I wasn't even 10 yet. It was 2001, okay? Cut me some slack. Tua completes it to Jonnu. Yeah, I was just mainly focused on Philly and the NFC at that point. I didn't really know much about other teams anyways. Tua, 2 for 3 so far. Nice connection to Jonnu again. Maybe this is telling us we need to invest in Jonnu in fantasy. I don't know. Nah, who are we kidding? Come on, man. It's clearly Waddle, Tyreek, and their running backs as Jalen loses 2 yards. 3rd and 6. We haven't seen Lamar Smith touch it yet, so we're probably going to have to watch another drive. I need to at least see him get a carry or a catch. No! Incompletion. 4th and 6, Ravens force a punt. Baltimore does not skip a beat with Forsett at a running back. Now, Lamar, obviously, huge reason. Having an elite quarterback can definitely mask some deficiencies in other areas. Then again, Forsett's not bad at all. They have a good O-line. Dolphins with some nice stops, though. 3rd and 6. Could they force a punt on their first defensive drive? Let's see Lamar pass the ball for the first time in this video. Dolphins send 5. Lamar over the middle. Zay Flowers. Uh-oh. Forsett breaking a tackle. Can't break the second one. Empty backfield for Baltimore this time. I like that matchup with Flowers against what looks like a linebacker. He instead goes elsewhere, and it's dropped by Aguilar. And targeting Ramsey a little bit too much. Mandrew in the slot. I think that's Poyer lined up against him. Now you have Ramsey on Flowers. They're in man coverage again. And Ramsey with another breakup. He has to stop going to him. Ravens gonna punt. An entire quarter is going by. I mean, they ran it once, but it was Jalen Waddle on a jet sweep. And still, Lamar Smith finally touched the ball. It's off a reception, though. Shotgun on 3rd down and goal. Probably going to be a pass, let's be honest. Yep. Running back in motion. No one's covering him. Maybe he gets the touchdown. Tua, come on, buddy. He didn't even look that way. I mean, he had Waddle. That should have been caught, but still. Why are they ignoring Lamar Smith so much? I have no idea, but they are the first team to score in this one. All right, let's see if the Ravens can get something going. They finally get 3. Justin Tucker ties it up, but then he gives them the lead after they get a touchdown. 10-3, low-scoring game. Even though both teams have great offenses, it's a one-possession game at one point. The offense just could not keep up, though. They should have went to Lamar Smith. Lamar Jackson ended up giving the Ravens the W. Both quarterbacks played well. No mistakes from them, man. It was just good defense from both defenses, especially the run defense. Lamar Smith, 643 in the receiving game. 5 for 3. 0.6 yards per carry. So they did try to give him the football, just not enough. I mean, Forsett had 3 times as many carries. He had a touchdown on the ground. So, hey, credit to the Ravens defense. They did their thing. This one's about to be a movie. The Lions against the Rams. Goff against his former team. Stafford against his former team. Javid Best at running back. He's going to touch it on the first play of the game, already making people miss with a move. Now they better get some points on this drive, because on the other side, it's a reenactment of the greatest show on turf, man. You have Kupp and Puka. Just like you had Bruce and Holt, you have a very nice quarterback in Stafford, just like you had Kurt Warner. And then, of course, Marshall Faulk at running back, man. 3rd and inches. Right back to Javid Best. This time he gets them the first down. So much talent both sides of the football for both of these teams. 2nd and 5. Goff over the middle. Nice dot. Tre'Davious cannot keep up with Peoples-Jones. He's down inside the 15. Bunch to the right. Javid Best in the backfield. He's going to get the carry and the touchdown. Lions strike first. Here we go. The Rams. Stafford on his first pass completes. 9-yard gain by Tutu Atwell. Finally get to see this team in action. Faulk on his first carry. Not getting the first down. Great tackle by Melifonwu. Imagine they get a 3 and out. That'll be huge for the Lions' confidence. 3rd and 1. Stafford under center, play action. Uh-oh, Falk got stuck. It doesn't matter. Tutu is there. Rams not quite in field goal range just yet. Detroit showing blitz. They're going to drop back. Stafford over the middle. It's Atwell again, having himself a game. And Detroit hold them to 3. Hutchinson trying to get to Stafford. He's going to get there and push him back to the 38. This would be a long 50-something yard field goal that they're not going to attempt. I'm actually a little shocked, man. But yeah, the Rams are going to punt. Very conservative approach from Los Angeles. Now the Lions get 3 points, so that's a 6-point swing. They could have been tied up at 10. Instead, it's 17-7. Lions on top, 24-7 now. Uh-oh, they got a safety. Wait a minute. 11-point game in the fourth quarter. Can Los Angeles cut it to 1 possession? So it all comes down to this. Rams down 5. They still have all 3 timeouts. Lions just across midfield. Job at best. Trying to get them a first down to ice this game. 5 yards. Golf under center. Going to hand it off to Best again. Running to the left side. He's going to break a tackle. And that's the game. So we have the Lions taking on the Ravens in the Super Bowl. A game we almost saw in real life. Okay, job at best. 4 yards a carry. 90 yards. 2 touchdowns. Marshall Faulk only 8 for 37. 4.6 yards a carry. Like, he was doing well. Just didn't get enough touches. Amon-Ra with a good game. Faulk only 1 for 10. And Detroit is headed to the big game. Crazy. Like, a couple bounces the other way. And this is a Super Bowl we just saw in real life. It's kind of wild. Look at that block by Amon-Ra, taking out 2 Ravens defenders. Peoples-Jones having himself a postseason. 20 yards on that one. But yeah, obviously these teams are really good. So a change at running back wasn't going to shake them up that much. They already had really good rosters. 3rd and 4. Chance for the Ravens to get off the field. It's going to be a screen. And we finally see one work. Never mind. Roquan is there for the tackle. It's a 50-something yarder. They should be able to make this. And they do. Lions. Oh, never mind. It hits off the post. Lamar on his first pass gonna go to Zay Flowers, and they're already pretty much at midfield, man. Great starting field position. A couple more yards. Matter of fact, they can stay there and be in Justin Tucker's range, but they're gonna get even closer. Flowers back-to-back catches. Remember, the Lions now have DJ Reader, but it doesn't matter. Zay Flowers getting open, doing whatever he wants. Very next play, first down and goal. I guess a lot of attention was being paid to Flowers. Aguilar wide open, and the Ravens strike first. See if the Lions decide to tie this one up. No, it's going to be 14-0 in the second quarter. Actually, halftime comes, and they still had a goose egg, but now it's 17-7. Make it 17-14. Minute 36 seconds left for the Lions. Can they make it a 1-possession game? No! Goal line stand by Baltimore. And there you have it. The Ravens are Super Bowl champions. This is what would happen if a wheel decided what year every team's running back was from. Thank you guys for watching to the end, man. 24-14, close game. Great season by the Lions. Real quick scroll through the stats, man. Best 2.4 yards per carry. Not his best performance, unfortunately. Forsett 4.6 yards. Ravens already have a locked-in run game with Lamar, so it makes sense why the change at running back did not do too much damage for them. Thank you guys for watching to the end. Remember, 1,000 likes, we get multiple wide receivers. If not, we'll do 1 wide receiver, man. Save me a lot of time, so I'm cool no matter what. See you guys on the next one.